Good day, good day, good day. Thank you for joining Words of Wisdom. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for joining my lovely, beautiful, special group of people that do watch my Words of Wisdom. And I'm just very grateful for you. And I hope whatever comes to me and whatever I can share with you, we are connected for a reason and it can help you in some way. So today I'm starting with this idea that there's a lot of renewal. There's a lot of sort of past situations coming back around. It's quite crazy at the minute, and I'll give you my sort of take on it, my insight into it, because as you know, when I go walking, I do lots of walking with the dogs in the woods. It's lovely. I often come across a lady, lovely lady. We just always sort of stop and have a chat. It's sort of, makes our day a little bit. It's lovely to see her and she sees me, and we never go the same way. We're always passing. It's quite funny. And actually today I thought to myself, well, she could easily turn around because she comes round, she goes one way, I go, it's a loop. So she could come back round to me. She sort of meets me at a halfway point. But anyway, we never do that, which is fine because I do my Power of Thought filming, and I also listen to a lot of affirmations or a podcast, or it's sort of my time out there anyway. So it's really lovely. But funny enough, today she said to me, really strange, yesterday I had a whole day to myself. I decided to just go and spend a little bit of time shopping by myself. Didn't have the kids. It was lovely, la la la. Anyway, off she went. Long story short, bumped into this one from her past, and this lady who used to live next door, and then she went and she had some lunch, and another person that she hadn't seen in ages and years has just sort of, hello, how are you? She bumped into about 4 different people from her past. And I said to her, that's really strange, because this has been happening to me as well. And even last night, my son came over and I got this message from a young lady that I worked with 12 years ago, maybe a bit longer. I haven't seen her in that long. She obviously is on my Facebook. She obviously pops up now and then, that type of thing. But I've not seen her. Anyway, she messaged me and she said, does your son live at this address? And I was like, what? And she said, I've just seen him, so I just wondered if that's where he lived. And I said, no, I live there. He's come to visit me. Now, first of all, my son is, 10, 12 years older than the last time she would have even seen him, right? And obviously she's on my Facebook, so she must be watching things. It's very interesting. You never know who's watching you. But what was really so lovely was that she recognized him in his car. I don't do that. Anyway, and she wanted to know, and she was like, you can't believe, about 6, 7 years ago, I lived there. And I was like, no way, opposite where I live now, in this cul-de-sac. And I was like, no way. She said, yeah, we would have been neighbors if I was still there. So that was really interesting. It was really funny. But it's a blast from the past. And and I can feel my throat tickling. So it's really funny how something like that just comes up. And I said this to my friend and she said, oh my goodness, what is going on? I said, well, I have felt a big energy shift, a big transformation shift. So that's where we're going today. My animal cards have been calling to me, along with my beautiful sacred horse oracle that work with these ones. Don't know about anything else right now. The runes, of course, are here on the table. But I'm going to start with a renewal prayer in my spell book that I am populating, as you can see. And it just as they come to me, just as I see them, I've journaled with them over years. So today it's a renewal prayer that seemed to come into my attention to share with you. So here we go. By flame and water pure and true, I shed the old and welcome the new. With each breath I feel reborn, like morning dew on dawn's first morn. By the power of earth, water, fire and air, I welcome change beyond repair. Old dissolve, new paths appear, I step with courage, free from fear. With harm to none and blessings near, My heart and soul are crystal clear. From what is gone, I now break free. With open heart, I start new with glee. This is my will, so mote it be. In light and love, I am now set free. So blessed be. So that's where we're going. We've got a renewal prayer, and we are asking Spirit just to give us this guidance on this next stage. And let's see whether at the end of the week, we've all had a good week, you know, really good blessings this week have been phenomenal. I've shared a few things with you guys. I mean, it's just been, for me, an amazing, amazing week. Up and down a little bit. Lots of energy, and today the energy is beautiful and strong. The sun has just come through the windows on top of me right now, and that's so beautiful. Thank you, sun, for appearing. That is so beautiful. So they're telling me you haven't got your runes, Deb. Haven't got the runes out. Right, so let's see. What is it that our runes are going to guide us with today? Let's get another. Oh, there they are. Righto then. They are jumping out at us today. That's so beautiful. Thank you, runes. Really lovely. Now I'm just going to think where I've put my rune book, because that's going to be the next thing, isn't it? Where is my rune book? Where are you? Oh, here. I knew I'd put it somewhere. I'm doing that all the time lately. Have you noticed? Oh, anyway. Right. So before we start, let's have a look. Who is our main? It is that beautiful lucky clover. Little bit of luck on this table today. We like a bit of luck. Lovely. We can always do with a bit of luck. And you know, what is luck? What is luck to you? It could be something to do with you know, just having a bit of a discount in some way, or it could be about a little financial windfall. I mean, beautiful, lovely to think of, isn't it? Beautiful. All right, so we have got Nautilus twice. We've got two of them today. Our Nautilus sign is out in full force. That's a double confirmation. Double confirmation. Nautilus has been with us all week. And then we've got our beautiful F looking one. Can't remember what it's called. Anyway, let's do Nautilus. Oh, Ansu's. I've opened it to the page. Ansu's. And in actual fact, I'm going to read Ansu's first, because I think that's what they want me to do. Seeing as I've opened it directly on the page. Ansu's, which is as in father, a god, ancestral god. Communication, wisdom, divine power, and a message. Crazy, isn't it? I just love this. So it's a communication in all forms, but mainly verbal. And I was just having a scratch in my communication throat. Messages, advice, new information may be coming from external sources. You may be asked to pay closer attention to those messages coming from your higher self. If you draw answers into a reading related to educational studies or a job interview, this is generally a good omen. So any of you guys going for a job interview on Monday, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. This rune also refers to knowledge, reason, and wisdom. Beautiful. Fantastic. All right. It's concerned with divine wisdom, communication with higher planes as well. So be extra open to signals from the universe. What am I like? I'm always doing this. I am open all the time. This in itself is an amazing message and signal. So animal sightings, and we've got the animal cards. Imagery and clouds. That's incredible. And I'll share something else with you. You won't believe me when I tell you. So I go onto my emails, and I was just scrolling through, and there was one that caught my eye. One of these sort of messages that you get from a reader, you know, that type of thing. But it was about a dog that barks. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to share this with you. And it was dogs. So please pick two tarot cards. Was it two or one? One tarot card. And I did that. And what was it? It was a cloud. So the dog that barked with the clouds, that's what I wanted to say. So the cloud was about sort of not sure about something that's been a little bit, you know, worrisome, that type of thing, which is really interesting because we've got two Nautilus on the table, and that is a little bit about that. So about clearing and what have you. And it's so even more interesting the fact that I just done a renewal prayer about releasing, letting go, and going forward. So we know that transformation is here. We know what we've got to do in order to make that change. So if any of you are going for a job interview, it's to make a change in your life. Trust and have faith that this new change has been brought to you for a reason. Sometimes we get made redundant and we're really sad, and it's like, oh, woe is me, and oh my goodness, and the worry and fear, and overcome it. Honestly, trust. There is better there for you. And if this job that you're going through for interview and you don't get it, it's not because you were meant to get it. It's because you weren't. And that's what you've got to think of. And what you are going to get is your new journey, as something for your new transformation. Please trust in that. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Someone is really telling me that for a reason. So this is for you, my friend, if that's what you need to hear. And it's really interesting. The same woman that I bump into, I mean, she was just telling me how she'd got a promotion and what have you the other day and things like that. And this morning I got a phone call from my program manager about us being a center of excellence for an outside association and all sorts of things, how we're being really, noticed for our students and what we do and all of this sort of. So do you know what I mean? It's like you've got to have that faith and trust. This is the change. This is taking off. And this double confirmation of Nautilus as well. We'll get there. But yeah, this is what it's about with Anne Suze. It's wisdom, discernment in a complex situation. Enhance your magical workings. Success in dialogue or public speaking. Success in exams, inspiration, or divine communication. I just love it. I just think that's absolutely incredible. So aligning with that, of course, is going to be our beautiful cards today. Okay, so the reason we've got two of these naughties, now teas, it's about lack of emotional support or your needs not being met and that type of thing. But what I'm trying to say to you is that while it's happening, when you get made redundant, it's like, oh no, but on hindsight, you know, it's always great when we look back at something and think, oh my goodness, if I hadn't moved, if I hadn't done this, and look where I am at now. And honestly, this is why I think I got that blast from the past last night with this young girl. I was working as a carer to put myself through my degree to do my lecturing so I could do my PGCE. So at the time, I'm working as a carer, and I was really, my ex did not like it. He was very against the whole thing, but it was my way of being able to earn a bit of money. I had no other help. I had to pay for my own degree, all of that sort of thing. It was the only thing I could do. And then on top of that, I had to work 100 hours with my teaching and what have you. So I was constantly, the caring was all over the weekend, in the nights. It was over on Christmas Day. I was working as a carer. But what I took from it was the people that I worked with, including this young girl, they were like earth angels. They were so special to help other people. They're just beautiful people. And I was so blessed to have such a beautiful amount of people that I worked with. And also the people I cared for were so special. So the stories and the type of people. So honestly, it was such a validating time in my life, which I really needed at the time. So again, when I look back now, I think, well, it was really very important for me in my journey. So please trust that, use your gifts and talents to find ways to get your needs met. It's about your needs being met. And we've got double confirmation, and we've had this rune all week. So, it is about avoid being greedy or unhealthy desires or destructive behaviors or negative consequences. It's all about tending to your spiritual development right now. This is how beautiful this reading is. We have luck on the table as well. Okay, so absolutely fantastic start to our reading. Renewal, my friend, renewal. Thank you, Spirit. That's lovely. Right. Our beautiful animal cards. If we could have some guidance, that would be amazing. Anything else, Spirit? Okay, let's stop at that for a minute. We've got our beautiful lion. So strength, yes, we've got strength in this. We have got some beautiful strength that is there for us. Our lion all-seeing. He sits and he views the plains in Africa. He is the one that rules the prides. He knows he rules the pride lands. Okay, he's very intuitive. He's very clever. He thinks a lot. He's very good at that type of thing. So we've also got a beautiful golden egg, a very beautiful spiritual card. And why I'm sort of being drawn to this beautiful golden egg that sits surrounded by this sort of, oh, and a bee's just flown in. A wasp has just flown in. Anyway, all this intricate sort of detail here. And that's almost like our spider web or our network, our community that we, we build up over years of people that we meet. And then we've had these blasts of the past, that have come back to remind us, okay, of who we are. And we're sitting here, this beautiful golden egg, this is our time. So we'll be reading that. We've got the crocodile. Now the crocodile's waiting, he's on the surface, he's looking or he's observing. So we'll have a little look at the crocodile as well. And we have the bear. And again, the bear very much is about renewal. He comes out of hibernation, the bear does. He's ready for the summer months. That's when they hunt, that's when they breed, that's when they have the babies, that's when they are visible, coming out of hibernation. So we have got the bear and the crocodile. So let's have a little read. It's my dog just, I don't know if she snored or something. Sorry about that. Anyway, and let's see what we've got with our lion, our beautiful lion, first of all. There's the bear. Where's my lion? Okay. Bear, rabbit, earthworm. No. Wolf, spider, horse, would be water, fire. Maybe he's under fire. Our lion, he is. The lion is under the fire element. Patient, regal, a complete master. The lion's a master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. There you are, my friend. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealth, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds us that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. The epitome of peace and strength is when in balance, when out of balance, withdrawn or too serious, and to bring into balance daily meditation and friendships. Isn't that lovely? So that's exactly right. Absolutely. So our beautiful lion is about that self-growth. It's that spiritual growth. It's about, that self-transformation, the strength to change. You're doing it, my friend. You're doing it. Golden egg. The golden egg, our spiritual golden egg. This is the message of at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Not a snore from my dog. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through your yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. Interesting how blasts from the past often instill reflection in us and introspection and contemplation of where we are and what we are. And I actually said that to my friend. So that is interesting. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you may hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. So it's your fourth chakra, which is nestled deep within your heart center at the fourth chakra. It's called Anahata, is the home of the self or soul. By bringing the mind into the center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation, waiting for us. Anahata translates as the unstruck sound. So please let me know if you're having blasts from the past, like we are, like I am, like my friend is. That is very, very interesting. Because it is to do with what is in your heart. And, you know, even if you're meeting someone like an ex and you sort of think, oh, I wish I hadn't, you know, but it wasn't meant to be, you know. And it's funny how I mentioned about going for the job, and if you don't get it, it's not meant to be. So trust in your heart right now. We got our crocodile. Let's get to the water and find our crocodile. Where is he? Whale. Or maybe the crocodile's also... No, where did I see the crocodile? I did see it in water. I'm sure I did. Wouldn't be earth. Yeah, water. There he is. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. It's all about self-transformation, isn't it? Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile mantra is wait, patience, wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. So when in balance, you're wise, patient, a silent powerhouse. Out of balance, you feel stuck. You could lash out. And to bring into balance, you'll rest. Makarasana pose. Don't know what a Makarasana pose is. Anyone want to look up Makarasana pose and pop it in the chat for me? Do so. Would love to know. I'm thinking like lying flat like this, like a crocodile, but anyway, that would be interesting. I probably do it in yoga and I don't even know it. But anyway, right. Our beautiful bear. Our beautiful bear. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I did see him up on earth. There he is, the number one. Walking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, the bear arises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken, to move forward into that dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. Oh, how beautiful. Fantastic. Thank you, Spirit. The initial weeks and months of the spiritual quest may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. And I'm hearing it's summertime. We're halfway through. Let's do this. Let's keep going. Our beautiful bear. Look, beautiful sunshine above him. That is lovely. Okay, so strength, yearning to grow, inner strength is in balance, and to bring into balance, if you're out, you feel out of balance because you feel lethargic, movement and exercise. So I think most of us anyway, when it comes to sort of spring and summer, we do tend to, don't we? We walk longer with the dogs because it's not pouring with rain and freezing cold. We want to walk longer. We walk of an evening. I eat my food, go for a lovely walk of an evening. We go down to beaches or parks, or we do a lot more, don't we? We go on holiday and we swim and we walk and we do lots of things. So it is about that real movement and exercise, which is really going to give us that glow. It's going to allow us to feel that energy. And it's, you know, the sun brings that as well, that sort of making movement and difference. All right, so those were our beautiful animal cards. And now let's go to our sacred horse cards to just to confirm, just to add to, just our spirit, please, our sacred oracle horses who's with us on what is on our table, give us more insight on our self-transformation, on our what is happening right now, this energy shift. So let's see who can give us some guidance on that. Are these beautiful oracle sacred horses? Sacred, they are sacred, and they are so good at guiding as well, and they work well with these animal cards. So no, they're just at the minute being a bit difficult. They're not giving me much, but they will. We've got to have a good, we will get what we need. We've just got to be patient, remember, calm. We have to wait. The right one will come at the right time to give us the guidance that we so need. I'm just loving this. And, you know, the idea that Nautilus is there with this double Nautilus, you know, to say, get over, you know, you are strong. We have the strength on the table here. You know, we're out of that slumber. We can move forward, make our change. I'm not sure why I talked about jobs, but one more. Come on, let's do this. Come on, my beautiful horses. Who's here with me? Please. I'm not going to turn over. I'm going to ask you. There we go. There we go. All we have. Oh, that is amazing. All right. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. All right. So we've got Grey Horse at Singing Lake. Insights from Source. Beautiful grey horse. We've also got Black Onyx. So go within for clarity. All right. And surprise, surprise. We have our beautiful foal, and that is Spirit of Youth bathing in flowers. Look at this beautiful spring foal lying in the summer flowers, having a beautiful time. So that's lovely for us. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's talk about Grey Horse at Singing Lake. Grey Horse at Singing Lake. Insights from Source. I will hold it up so you can look at this beautiful picture. I mean, the artwork is just incredible. It's feminine intuition, which is really important right now. Sacred song and mysticism. There is a magical entrance at the lake's edge where the water is shallow. Flowers bloom along the banks and tall brushes and reeds create privacy. A grey horse emerges from the mist, softly stepping into the shallow water, a silent, timeless moment. There is hardly a ripple on the water. She looks down at her reflection, then lifts her head high to take in the surroundings. This is her secret spot where she comes to reflect, re-energize, and remember her innate power. So interesting. When she gazes at her reflection, the plants and creatures at the water's edge come alive with song. There's a pulsing hum, a vibration she finds here and nowhere else. The lake sings to her, and the song is hers alone. She becomes one with the lake. She is Grey Horse at Singing Lake. It transports her home to her soul. She's adorned with a woven blanket, her mane and tail decorated with flowers and jewels. She carries her exquisite features with perfect posture. However, she does not look into the lake with vanity. Although her adornments are a form of honor, she knows her true self, and beauty lies deep within her. Here, reminded of her feminine power, she reinstates her intuition and healing abilities. Clear in her thoughts, she receives insights directly from Source. Her intuition is always accurate. She is powerful without ever asserting herself or overriding others. Centuries ago, white horses like herself were known, honored, and sought after. Today, she shares her wisdom with those who seek her and helps them find their way in a world that can be turbulent and unforgiving. Right, so she embodies pure feminine energy. Like many females, she possesses mystical ways that are not always respected or understood. Some of those don't recognize her wisdom packaged in gentle strength and timelessness. So she understands the cost to her soul when she offers wisdom to those who want to dominate, dismiss, or degrade her. In time, the truth of her counsel will be revealed. A wild herd cannot survive without both honoring masculine and feminine qualities and gifts equally. The stallion keeps the herd safe, and the mare intuits where there is green grass and fresh water. So she comes to hear the song of her soul, to remember who she is, and she holds compassion for those who cannot see the wonder of her offering. She invites you to embody your mystical qualities and intuitive abilities. Find a place where you can silence your mind and hear the lake singing to you. The sacred space sings your song, so you always remember who you are at a soul level. That is incredible. Interesting. And the golden egg said the same thing. The black onyx, go within for clarity. Black onyx, restraint, self-control, and boundaries. It's a benevolent guide who comes forth to hold space for you as you go within and gather your energy. He is stable and clear. Allow his bold black presence to envelop you and his strong body to be a shield. With leadership prowess, you use great restraint when others or environmental circumstances challenge them. In demonstrating their self-control, herd members eventually turn for guidance and trust. The lead horse knows the importance and power of restraint. Life often offers external forces such as upheaval or the opinions and desires of others. He reminds you to resist responding to a situation until you have recentered. Bow your head, gently pull away and make a graceful exit. Stay self-contained and don't react. Pause to recenter will align your outcomes with your authentic values and desires. Your responses are your responsibility. Grounded self-control is your best shield against negativity, so hold your ground. You may have heavy emotions to work through, such as grief, anxiety, humiliation, resentment, but do not judge how you feel. Your emotions are guiding you to examine your needs so you can take appropriate action. So you need to find a place in which to do that, where you feel safe, you feel loved, you feel comfort, you feel that moment where you can actually have a look at these emotions. You are a kind, caring, gentle soul. Retreating to find your truth is a natural need and revitalizing process. As you set boundaries that give you time and space to make centered decisions, others will acknowledge your needs and respect you. Clarity will come when you go within. Beautiful. And Spirit of Youth is about spring birth, bath in nature, and foundations. Okay, well, we won't read what the foal's all about, but it has been a long winter. You've toiled and you've struggled and felt there may be another spring in your life. It's the bear coming out of hibernation, okay, with our Spirit of Youth. The horses are here to support you just as Mare guides her newborn. Remember to balance growth and exploration with rest and recovery. The little foals of this world do this naturally. They push their limits but not beyond their limitations. They play, explore, eat and sleep. So like them, find ways to bathe yourself in nature's energies. Rest and rejuvenation is a sturdy, resilient foundation. As you approach spring, feel the change and growth of your doorstep. I'm going to say as we approach this time of change, because we are going through a massive energy transition and shift. And I'm sure if you're listening to me, I'm sure you're one of the people that are feeling that, as I am. So take extra care of yourself as you grow more potent on this segment of your journey. As you do, you will feel the freshness of each day and be more prepared for beginnings. Life is good when you lie down in the bed of green grass and flowers and allow the sun's warmth to restore you. That's so lovely. So, beautiful, beautiful guidance. Absolutely incredible guidance for us today. So, there we are. We're coming out of that slumber. All right, it's time for change. We have the strength in which to do it. We have luck on the table. There's going to be a lot of luck that will guide us. We'll have the people, places, things Just trust in that. That change is there for you, okay? We've heard it with the runes. We've got the golden egg, the idea how beautiful you are, centered you can be. Be patient, wait for the right moments, don't react, okay? Respond when appropriate, reflect on what is needed, work through emotions. Okay, it's about clearing, it's about renewal, it's about change and transformation. We have a new moon coming up next week, and of course that's where we will set new seeds of intention if we need to do those. It's about tending to our garden that we've been planting along all the new moons as we're going. And every time we have to clear out and take a bit of, I was having a look at my outside garden area and I was like, right, I've got to go pull up a few weeds that popped up to clear for my beautiful flowers that are springing up and coming through, and I want to see them. But if you leave too many of the weeds around, it's not going to happen, is it? So it's really important we do it. It's about renewal, okay? Renewal and change, my friend. Whew, that was a big one. That was lovely. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Oh, I tell you, before I go, I am just going to do another little bag pull of a couple of little messages, because I think they're just so lovely to see as we finally finish. A couple of little messages, loads come out. You've done your best. Thank you for being strong this whole time. We've got a ticket to happiness. There we are. That's a beautiful little gift for us today. We've got a beautiful heart. We have got you are just amazing with a star. A little bit of detail. That's lovely. One of the things that hinders success is the hesitation to move forward. So, yep, absolutely. We have to move forward. We have the strength. We can do it. All right, move forward. Keep going. Here's your sign to be usually good to yourself today. Be good to yourself always. It's about self-love, isn't it? Self-transformation. Absolutely. Love and kindness will always be louder. Speak love and kindness to yourself. You know, be your own sound. Not everything will be easy, but not everything will be hard. Okay, a strong liking and feeling of caring for another human being is what we mean by love. That is lovely. I like that, actually. And another star. We've got double stars today. You're just amazing. You're amazing. Say it. Absolutely. Good luck. Have a lovely, lovely day. Wonderful weekend if I don't see you again. But I will put up another reading probably over the weekend. Thank you for joining me. Words of wisdom. Anything here resonates, let me know. I love to hear from you. And, you know, share this with anyone who might need to hear it as well. You will know. So thank you for joining me. Love and light. See you again soon.